What's up, YouTube? It's NG, the Neon X, and I'm back. This morning was kind of a surprise. Woke up, checked my device, and lo and behold, they had all of the new Galaxy D devices for hands-on reviews.
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
Yeah, so they apparently had their Unpacked event earlier, and now all of the devices are up for our viewing pleasure on YouTube. Many hands-on from a lot of the top tech tubers out there. Now, I'm getting ready for work. I'm on my way, but I did get to watch a few of them get their first on, or those hands-on impressions of what they thought these devices were like. And from what I saw, it's pretty much what I expected. More of the same. Like I've said before, Samsung has become very comfortable with, their hold on the foldables in the US market, and this here is a prime example of that. Let's just start with the Fold 5. If you saw any of the leaks beforehand, it's pretty much exactly what we had all anticipated it would be. Similar dimensions, battery life, charging speeds, camera. Not much was changed at all. Actually, if I remember correctly, the camera that they have in the device, in the Fold 5 this year, is pretty much the same camera they had in the Fold 4 last year. So they didn't even attempt to increase the performance to be anything worthwhile. They did give it, and I think that's probably the best part, different color S Pens that aren't as big and as thick as the S Pens from the previous versions. Also, they have these nice cases that contrast nice with the S Pen color that you choose, so like a blue and a yellow and things along those lines. They haven't had a colorful S Pen since, like, I think the Note 9? Note 8? Yeah, I think Note 8 or 9, you had a yellow S Pen. So, one of the main things they could have done was allow you to write on the front screen, which again you cannot do. Only the inside screen. So boring. I mean, and not that the phone is boring, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. So Fold 4 and as far back as the Fold 3, all of them are going to be running the same UI. All of them have S Pen functionality on the interior display. All of them have similar dimensions, though the Fold 5 does fold flat. That is, I would say it's impressive, but again, other phone makers have been doing this for 2 years now or so with the water drop fold. Actually, since before that, since the original Razor, they've been doing that. Not with the tablet style fold, but with the clamshell type folds. But it's an old technology that Samsung just now decided to adopt. I guess the pressure was on, because with the Chinese phones, where all their phones can fold flat. So for Samsung, with all the money that they have, and being the first, or technically the second to the market, for them not to have a phone that folds flat just looks bad on them. Bad PR in the mobile phone space. So that's nice that they finally decided to jump on that bandwagon. But overall, not much there. Not much there. They did keep the pricing, so it starts at $17.99. Not overly impressed with what the Fold 5 has to offer. Flip 5 was also announced. Again, nothing surprising there. And of the two foldable devices, it was the more interesting of the two. The main reason being it has that large outer display. Like, again, it was leaked, very akin to a Windows file folder. Has the weird little offset at the bottom or top, depending on how you're looking at the device. Again, they say they changed the hinge. I mean, there's not much that you will see from the outside. It does all of the various flex modes from the previous phone. But again, you have the larger outer display, which is the main draw of the device. Now, it can go head-to-head with the Moto Razr Plus 2023. They both have a similar size outer screen. But of course, you know, Samsung, they have their software. So, not that I was able to glean anything that stands out. It seems to be more of the same again from last year. You could prop up the phone, use it as a tripod. No S Pen functionality. I think that would have been cool if you happen to have one. You could use it on that, but no. No decks, as far as I know. You know, the flips have been known to, or they just don't have Samsung DeX functionality, which means you cannot plug it into an external display and get like a Chromebook setup. With the Fold, you can, you know, productivity and all, but with the flips, still no. But it does look nice, and again, you know, with such a drastic change from last generation to this one, you know, it's more appealing. That refresh, just not much to say on that front. It's a flip. It flips open, flips shut, clam shell style, still waterproof to an extent, still water resistant to an extent, and that's pretty much that. Now, the next device that they had, and this one, I think it's probably the one device I might actually look into getting, was the Galaxy Watch 6. Now, it's a little thinner than last year's, not by much, but it is, you know, significant enough that you can see the difference if you have them side by side. The software, they will all run the same software because they all get so many years of software so many years of software updates that if you do have the 5 or the 4 for that matter, you will run the same thing. Now, I know some of the features have changed. Like I did read that you are able to get the temperature of external devices, like of pots and pans and things in your area. You can put the watch right by it and it will tell you how hot or cold that device is. Pretty cool. I don't know any other device that has that. Of course, you have your full suite of health measurements and features. Samsung Health is really popular, so you know they didn't slack off on that. So it's a nice little update. The new temperature sensors on the device are welcome, but that's not the big draw. The big draw for me was they finally brought back the rotating bezel on what they are calling the Galaxy 6 or Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Now, no, there's no Pro. I really thought that they would have the Watch 6 Pro, which kept a similar design to last year's Watch 5 Pro. It was a nice large screen, you know, great battery life, all of that. But and then add the Watch 6 Classic as more of a nostalgia piece. You know, it might cost us the same as the Pro, maybe a little bit more because of the bezel, but this does one for, you know, that niche crowd that just love the bezel so much. Here, we'll throw that in. It'll run you an extra $50, but it has all of the features, but you get the bezel. But no. They got rid of the Pro line completely. It starts with Watch 6 and Watch 6 Classic. The Classic is now the Pro. Now, I didn't get to actually watch the full event. I don't know if they claim the Classic to have the same amazing battery life as the Pro before it. I hope so, because if this is replacing that, you know, the Pro was known to have that amazing battery life and all of the specific features unique to the Pro for, you know, for that outgoing lifestyle that the Pro was aimed at. So I just might go for this Watch 6 Classic, because it has everything that I want from the 4, plus the extra sensors, plus the rotating bezel, and hopefully the extreme battery life. So, you know, what's not to like? It's actually a pretty good device based on what little I did see of it. Now, the last thing that they had, that they showed, I mean, as far as I know, there wasn't one more thing. They had the Galaxy Tab S9 Plus, and S9 Ultra. Now, I have a Tab S8 Ultra, and it has pretty much replaced my need to use my actual laptop. Now, except for specific apps that aren't available on Android, I don't touch my laptop for the most part. My daughter uses it to play Roblox. Go figure. But now they have the Tab S9 Ultra, and again, it seems to be more of the same, you know, in an incremental update, a new chipset, better display. You know, Samsung has some of the best displays out there, and every time they upgrade their displays for their panel, you know, they show it off on their devices. So this one has a better display. So they say they did fix the issue where you only charge the S Pen if it was facing towards or if the point was facing towards the cameras on the back of the device. If you put it the other way, it would not charge. It wouldn't even recognize that the S Pen was there. You see, it's now waterproof or water resistant and dust resistant, again, to an extent. So if you were to be using this in say, the bathtub, I mean, don't know why you would, it can take a dip in the water and still be fine. S Pen 2, which that one I get, because you could be trying to write something down anywhere, and these things fall, they pop out, and if it falls in a puddle or something, that was the end of it. With that said, my name is NG, the Neon X, and just checking out what Samsung has to offer. This is what I'm into.